opportunity for one of them to pick up the moto win.
Exactly. They've spent most of the season chasing the green Kawasaki's, but now as Stanton takes a look on the outside and then knights back to the inside, the Kawasaki Singular of the factory team in the back, and Mike Kiedrowski on the sideline. Stanton wants that position and finally finds a way around. Went to the outside and took the spot from McGrath, and McGrath has no response. He wasn't able to get back underneath, and so now Jeff Stanton will go to work on Larry Brooks. He looked a long time for that combination of corners that finally worked for him.
Well, that's what's really neat about Unadilla. There's so many different lines, and you can go way wide, and it looks like you've given up a lot of room, but by the time it all figures out after the next couple of corners, you're right back in there, and a lot of times you can make a pass. There he is again, looking on the outside. He's going to put him on the inside of the next corner, and it looks like he's got it.
And Brooks suddenly doesn't look as sharp as he did the first lap. Stanton made the pass, Stanton going faster, but I think part of that is Brooks slowing down.
Well,
uses the widest line out there. Is he going to get around? Yeah, he takes over third position. So I guess if you got to give up a spot, it's better to give it to your teammate than to somebody else. Brooks surrendering it, goes from first to fourth, and McGrath is on the ground. Jeremy McGrath. I think he may have crashed into a hay bale as he came up over the top of the hill. This is the battle for the lead. Jeff Stanton, King of Unadilla, a title he claimed a couple of years ago. Back on top in this, his farewell season. His pursuer, the long and lanky Larry Ward, the Privateer Yamaha, and he is making a good race out of this. That is your interval first to second, and Ward has come through traffic to get to Stanton. He's got good speed.
Yeah, he's looking good out there. You know, he had to ride a lot of laps this morning just to get into the program. Possibly he's got some lines figured out, and you can see that he's not wanting to follow Jeff. Even if Jeff's in the best line, he's got to go somewhere else just to stay out of that roost.
He's picking good lines. He's gained on
Stanton.
Yeah, that was a glimpse of Stanton, the leader. That wasn't a lapper. Ward is hanging on to Stanton. Ooh, and he about gets out of shape there. LaRocco has run them both down and will now try to charge all the way to the lead. And that's good to see. I mean, he's not a guy who will lay back despite the misfortune to his teammate today, despite the fact that he has that comfortable point lead. He's out there racing. He'll please the fans. He'll give everybody their money's worth, and most importantly, he'll try to win. That's what makes champions, and LaRocco's definitely one of the best. He's come after Ward. I don't think Ward's going to have any kind of response for this. LaRocco is clearly faster. In the background, you see this huge crowd. So much a part of the Unadilla story. They have flocked here for years, and today they're watching one of the great performances as Mike LaRocco closes in on Ward and prepares to try to win this race from Jeff Stanton. Here's the move. He's going to make the pass. We'll be back with more in a minute. Unadilla, and Mike LaRocco on the charge has closed to the rear wheel of Jeff Stanton, and he wants that spot. Stanton is trying his hardest to keep him at bay.
Well, Stanton, you know, he's got a lot of fans out here, and like I said before, I want to see this guy win a race before he's done racing, and this is a great opportunity. He doesn't want to let him by.
Catching Stanton is one thing, passing him another. That'll be a wide motorcycle, but we've already talked about the fact there are a lot of available lines for LaRocco to use.
Well, if he runs out of spot, I mean, he can just go a little wider and find another one. I mean, it doesn't look like he's really pressuring Jeff. He's just staying close enough, trying to make him nervous, and hopefully in the last couple of laps be able to put a pass on him.
Time, which at one moment seemed to be the enemy of LaRocco when he was a long way back, has now become his ally. They're down into the thing called gravity cavity, out the other side, side by side, handlebar to handlebar into the corner. Stanton maintains the advantage for the moment, but LaRocco is right there. And this is going to be interesting. If they tangle handlebars, can you imagine what Roy Turner's thinking right now?
Yeah, he's holding his breath. He's like, Jeff, just stay out of my rider's way, you know. That was a smart move. And back in that corner, Jeff had the opportunity to get out of the berm and protect the inside line of the next corner. I mean, he's riding really smart right here.
This is good. And they're into lap traffic. That's probably going to be a factor here. You've not only got to worry about the flying rocks and the number of berms and the one you want to pick in each corner, but now they have these slower guys to deal with. This is it. LaRocco's got him. He moved to the inside. Stanton took the outside line, and the inside was better, and Stanton has been relegated to second spot. LaRocco with a remarkable charge from exactly right. Race conditions and practice conditions are much, much different, and LaRocco doesn't want to change the game plan that's been working for him. still, when you go that fast all day, you're bound to take a few chances.
Sure, these guys take chances every time they put on their riding gear. I mean, I don't want to make it sound dangerous, but that's a fact. You see there
on cruise control now. He's been blasting through that berm right there pretty aggressively the last couple of laps, and now he just kind of eased up to it, gave it a little nudge, and brings her to the checkered flag. Mike LaRocco, the man who would be champion of the 250 Outdoor National Series, wins again over Jeff Stanton.